Hello and welcome back to SliverStar Arcade and more The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. In my ignorance, I have missed out on so much. So, remember our last client, Susato Natsume? Apparently, that is a real life person. Susato Natsume was a real person. And if we go to... Whoops, nope. Alright, nope, So, in the last place, the Clouded Kokoro, alright? Give me a second. So, Susato Natsume was a real-life person. He was a Japanese novelist. What books did he write? Kokoro, which apparently means heart, so the Clouded Heart. And you remember how everyone kept saying that, he was cat-like? Well, guess what, motherfuckers? He wrote a book called I Am a Cat. Oh, and John Garridib is apparently a reference to a Sherlock Holmes story called The Three Garridibs. Why the fuck did no one tell me this? Here I am, blind as an idiot, missing all of these references, thinking, oh hey, this is a super cool and very well done original character. No, it's just a real life person. No wonder they were so interested. I had a feeling that when Susato Natsume survived and he's like, maybe I'll write a book by the end of this, it dawned on me like, oh wait, is this a real person? But it didn't take me until like a few days ago to actually check. And I'm disappointed with myself. But that actually brings up another thing that I was going to mention back during the SS Buria case that I didn't, which is how cool it'd be if we met, what's her name? Because, it might not have been around this time, yeah, so, Clara Brett Martin. She was the first... Yeah. She was the first woman lawyer in all of the British Empire. In 1997, which could be close to when this takes place. But probably not. She was Canadian and I think spent most of her life in Canada. But how cool it'd be is if, because they could totally, introduce that here. Anyways, I'm sorry. I'm rambling. But yeah, so that's your history lesson for today. John Garridib is a reference to Sherlock Holmes. Anyways, in the last episode, we visited Herlock in the hospital. He's going to surgery. We visited Gina in the jail. She wants nothing to do with us. Gina's in prison for the murder of Mr. Windybank. The pawnbroker shop on Baker Street, the proprietor of which, Mr. Windybank, has been murdered. Police are investigating in shifts around the clock. If you let your concentration slip, you might miss what people say. And now we take poor little Iris into there. Also, Susato-san is... Yeah. Oh, there's a bullet there now. I don't think there was a bullet in the mirror earlier. I think it was just blood. Well, that's good. That probably means the bullet exited Mr. Sholmes. Or is that good? Wait, is it better if the bullet's in or out? 16th April, Windybank's pawnbrokery. We finally got to see the police at work. Oh god, I forgot. I gotta do her voice. Her voice is super high-pitched. It's like V's voice from Bug Fables. This is where it happened then. Last night? That's right. Well, no, that's not his voice. That's right. The two thugs I told you about were obviously ransacking the place, looking for valuables. They didn't take the horse? That horse right there was valuable.
But apart from the policeman in here, you wouldn't know anything had happened. There's no sign of a disturbance.
Well, there's broken stuff on the thing there, and there's a bullet inside the calendar with blood on it. I thought you were supposed to be the smart one. No, you're right about that, actually.
In fact, if anyone, it's the police who seem to be the ones doing the ransacking.
I know what you mean. They're like a gang of organized criminals, all dressed in black. Oi, I heard that! Oh, wait, never mind. It's Gregson. Yay, Gregson! Oh, Inspector, good morning.
I suppose I ought to thank you for your vigilance last night. We got to the scene before it was disturbed, at least. Shame you let the two rogues get away, mind.
Yes, I'm sorry about that.
I thought you had signed extra men to the beat around here, Gregsy. Now look what's happened. Hurley's been injured because there weren't enough police on duty.
Your ladyship! No one told me you were coming.
I expect you to take full responsibility for what happened to Hurley and see he has the very best medical care.
Of course, your ladyship. The very best doctors in the capital are tending to him as we speak.
And I don't think it's Runo's fault that the rogues managed to get away, is it? Chasing criminals is the police's job.
Absolutely, your ladyship. As you say, ma'am. As you say.
Holy crap, Gregson's got hair. Also, yeah, that's a little notebook. I thought it had the potential to be a matchbook, but no, it's a little notebook.
The gent in black is totally blameless. Everyone's in agreement about that.
Wouldn't you believe it? He's like a completely different person with Iris. Talk about personality change.
Oh, where are me manners? Are you thirsty, your ladyship?
Oh yeah, where are me manners because he's supposed to be British, but I'm giving him the 1920s news reporter voice.
Perhaps you'd like some juice? Some nice, refreshing fruit juice?
What, did he know?
Oh, why? Are you thirsty, Gregsy? I have some of my special herbal tea with me if you'd like some.
Jesus, man!
Ah, lovely. Tough, very much. That really hit the spot, your ladyship.
I don't even recognize him like this. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Also, he's wearing, like, almost the exact same kind of coat that, what's his name? Tyrell Bad? Is that his name? The guy whose coat is riddled with bullet holes. Let's examine the place. The police are scaring every inch of this place by the look of it. Instructions from the yard to examine... no, I can't do the voice. Instructions from the order to examine every article in the shop and every ledger of book of accountants. Every article? But that's a ridiculous amount of work, surely. We've been hard at it ever since the shop was declared a crime scene in the early hours. We're stiffened through it all in shifts at least, but still. We'll be working through the night, that's for sure. And even then, we'll barely have scratched the surface. Crime at pawnbrokers. It must be every policeman's worst nightmare. It's every couple's worst nightmare, you know. A crime and a pawnbrokers. Now, is it one of those things where that covers everything? No, that just covers the police.
Alright then, let's see what we can uncover.
Oi! What do you think you're doing there, Sunshine? They can't touch anything here.
Oi! What do you think you're doing in here, Sunshine? You can't touch anything in here.
Oh, but we were hoping to investigate.
This is a crime scene, for Pete's sake. No touching.
What's the problem, Gregsy?
Oh, wait, no.
What's the problem, Gregsy? Bruno's a lawyer, you know that.
Oh, I'm very sorry. I'm ever so sorry, your ladyship. Ever so sorry. The rules and regulations are a thorn in my side. Of course, if Mr. Naruhodo was to have been properly appointed by the accused, that'd be another matter. the accused. If you could show me some representation papers, I'd be only too happy to let you nose around.
Did you hear that, Runo? You need Genie to sign some representation papers.
Looks like presenting the detective here with the correct paperwork is the only way. So that's the only way we're going to be able to examine anything. Wait. Oh, this guy's different. This officer has been staring intently at the wall since before we came in here. Shh, keep it down. Oh, sorry. There's a major clue just there.
Really? Then we must tell Gregsy at once.
But as soon as I report it, that'll be it. I'll be stuck here even longer. Stuck here? What do you mean? I haven't been home in 2 days already, and the entire constable will relieve me and take over my shift. They really have a tough time, the British police.
That doesn't stop us investigating, though, does it?
No, I suppose not. I'm fairly sure it was the calendar he was peering at. But, like, you gotta admire it. Like, they did a really good job in this game. Like, cause, like, were the Bobbies that good in history? Like, you know, dedicated, you know, walking 20 miles a day. Like, did that... It almost doesn't seem real, but... All I know is that it's probably real in the Ace Attorney. Like, it's weird to have so much respect for such a, like, background force. Anyways. Hey, Gregson. Have you seen this? Inspector Gregson, could you give me your opinion about this, do you think?
We don't tend to share, Sunshine, not with the general public.
In that case, Gregsy, how about some herbal tea?
He even, like, notches it back one last time.
Ah, lovely. Ta, very much. I really hit the spot, your ladyship.
You don't mind sharing that, then? Alright, let's converse. The investigation. So, how is the investigation going, Inspector?
Nothing to it, really. Very simple case, this. There's some very definitive evidence. We're just about to charge that diver we arrested last night, in fact.
Gina, you're going to charge her?
That's right. Should be able to bring her before the judge at the Bailey tomorrow.
Definitive evidence, you say? What is it? Come on, show me.
Your ladyship, as much as I wish I could oblige you, I'm afraid...
Ah, I see. You've already captured the pair of thugs who broke in here last night, have you?
What the?
And you're going to put them on the stand as witnesses, are you?
How could you... How? How could you possibly know that?
I love Gregson.
I had a feeling, that's all.
Remind me never to try to keep a secret from Iris. So, you've arrested the two men who shot Mr. Holmes, have you?
Well, yes. They were rounded up pretty quickly by the lads on the beat.
And Miss Lestrade is being held at the prison?
She should be. That's assuming she hasn't lifted the key from the jailer, of course.
Mr. Sholmes. Can you tell us anything about Mr. Sholmes? What's his condition?
Sorry, I'm not at liberty to divulge that information. Scotland Yard matters are strictly confidential.
Well, I know he's being operated on at St. Senior's. Why can't I see him? I'm family, you know.
I'm terribly sorry, your ladyship. It's the hospital's policy. No visiting at all.
Oh,
That bullet must have hit an artery in his midriff. He's lost a fair bit of blood.
Oh. Wait, so then where'd that bullet where did the bullet... Was the bullet there last night? The one in the calendar? Oh wait, but it didn't say lodge, so maybe that's the maybe the bullet hit an artery and then still exited the body.
Oh no.
It didn't seem too bad in the first hour or so, but a hemorrhage like that is enough to make even the one and only Sholmes pipe down.
Mr. Sholmes is a human like the rest of us, you know.
Well, anyway, he's having emergency surgery right now. They gotta stop that bleeding.
But he'll be alright, won't he? They'll be able to make him better?
Of course, your ladyship. He'll be right as rain before you know it.
Really? How do you know?
How do I know? Well, because, of course... yes, because Mr. Sholmes is such a great detective, that's why.
You better pray the doctors have a better grasp of what's needed to make someone well again.
Oh dear. Please don't die, Hurley.
I'll report to your ladyship the moment I hear he's out of the operating theater.
Her ladyship. This I'm really interested in. I couldn't help noticing, Inspector.
What? Out with it, sunshine.
Well, there seems to be a marked difference between the way you talk to me and Iris.
Watch the sauce, Sonny. I'm a copper, and we don't go in for favoritism.
But he's right. You do treat us differently.
It's because of those adventures of Sherlock Sholmes stories. That's why.
Oh?
I crop up in them, don't I? Inspector Tobias Gregson.
Oh, well, yes, because you're an acquaintance of Hurley's.
What did you write about the inspector, Iris?
I don't remember, really.
It was one of the Sholmes' lines. Gregson is the smartest of the Scotland Yarders, is how he put it.
Oh, did I write that?
And you know what that one line did for me, eh? The very next month, my pay doubled. Doubled, I tell ya.
Oh, that's amazing.
All because everyone at the yard reads them. They read all the Sherlock Sholmes stories. They've even set up a fan club for me.
Of course, that explains everything. It was around that time that you became such a toady to me.
Can you blame me? All it takes is one bad word from you and Sholmes can change it. One bad word from you and Sholmes could change his tune about me. Gregson? Nah, the great detective will say. He's getting quite overrated these days. Think what would happen to my salary if they came out in print, eh? The whole thing gives me the willies. I can't tell you how many nights of sleep I've lost worrying about it.
But that would never happen, Gregsy.
Every month, when the new Rants magazine comes out, my hands are trembling as I turn the pages.
Oh, how awful for you. Here, have some of my tea to settle your nerves.
Okay, is he doing this just to be nice, or is the tea really that good?
Ah, lovely. Ta, very much. That really hit the spot, your ladyship.
Teetotal.
Oh, yeah, there's something I was supposed to talk to you about, actually, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes, what is it?
I've got an important message for you. I clean forgot about it until now.
Important message? I wonder what it could be. It's probably from Susato. Are you going to tell me what the important message is then, Inspector?
Yeah, it's about that young lady who's normally by your side, your assistant.
Dear Susie, is she alright?
She's at the station, isn't she? Being questioned, I believe.
Nope, not anymore. She had to head off.
Head off? Where?
Lord Strongheart's office, of course. He summoned her.
Yes, of course. I had forgotten about that.
One of the whipstocks took her there in a yard carriage after we finished questioning her. She asked us to tell you she didn't have the fare for the return journey, and to go meet her there. She's got a nerve using Scotland Yard as a bloomin' messaging service.
I see. Well, thank you for passing that on, Inspector.
Why did Susie have to go see the Lord Chief Justice?
She didn't tell me. But I'd better head over to the Lord Chief Justice's office to fetch her straight away. Blah. Alright, I guess that's where we're going to next. And the location has been at.
Gracie and his friends are working hard at their investigation, aren't they?
Poor Ginny, we have to help her.
Susie's waiting, we need to go meet her.
The offices of the Lord... Its grandson architecture... I honestly thought this case would have revolved around the Crystal Tower, because they've been hyping that up. 16th April, British Supreme Court, Lord Chief Justice's office. Ah, I haven't heard this music in a while. Yes. No matter how many times I come in here, I always get the same sense of oppressiveness somehow.
Do you think the place is oppressive? I think it's normal.
How so?
I mean, look at that suit of armor over there. You can't take that seriously, can you?
Maybe it thinks the same about you. So everything is clear with regards to tomorrow's arrangements, I trust. Yes, thank you very much. Okay, yeah. There they are. Susato and Lord Strongheart. Damn, he's tall.
I wonder what they're talking about. They both look very serious.
Very good. There is nothing further to discuss. You may return to your lodgings. No doubt you have much to do in preparation for your return to your homeland. Wait, what did he just say? Your return to your homeland. Susato-san! Spooked you, did I?
Oh, Mr. Naruhodo.
What was all of that about? Ah, Mr. Naruhodo. Thank you for coming to collect your colleague. What's this all about? Why were you talking about Miss Susa's return to her homeland? And tomorrow?
Tomorrow? But what about Ginny's trial?
You mean she's been formally charged now? Oh dear. Okay, I know this is supposed to be serious, but it means a great deal to me, you know, that you cherish this armband so. It's very important to me. It shows that I'm a lawyer, and whenever I wear it. Oh yeah, we've seen this. Let's converse. Return to our homeland. Miss Susato, what's all this about?
Oh, please don't concern yourself, Mr. Naruhodo. It's only me going back to Japan. Your life here can continue,
Just as it has. That's not what I asked. What happened? Why are you leaving?
It's my father. He's fallen ill. Oh no!
Professor Mikotoba? Yeah, the guy who tried to, you know, get me sent to prison, the jackass. If I may? Yes, sorry. You must be the defendant, Ryanosuke Naruhodo, I believe. Yes, that's right. My name is Yujin Mikotoba. I'm a professor of forensic medicine at Yume University. We received an international telegram from the Empire of Japan informing us of the news.
10 days ago, Father collapsed with a fever. The cause is apparently unknown, and it seems he grows weaker day by day.
I don't believe it. As you are aware, the voyage from here to your country's capital, Tokyo, takes some 50 days. Holy shit!
It's a long time. I thought it'd be prudent to hasten Miss Susato's departure as much as possible.
Yes, absolutely. I will leave London first thing tomorrow morning. I can't believe this is happening. Gina's trial. So, Gina has been charged. She'll have to appear in court? Yes, she was formally charged a few hours ago, and the date of the trial has already been set for tomorrow. No, not even 24 hours later?
Gina, the Lestrade girl, and the murder of the Baker Street pawnbroker, yes. An all too conspicuous case. The pickpocket was clearly disturbed mid-robbery and shot the man in a panic. No, the yard is overstretched as it is, without wasting time on these open and shut cases.
It's not wasting time. Ginny would never do something like that.
Mr. Naruhodo?
Oh, yes, Lord Strongheart.
In deference of your fine services to date, I shall overlook this young girl's insolence. But I have no recollection of admitting a child into my office. Leave now.
Of course, Lord Strongheart.
Criminals will tell the most palpable lies in order to evade justice. The police can ill afford the time it takes to unravel all their untruths. Meanwhile, more crimes are perpetrated. We have far more serious matters with which to contend.
Serious matters? Didn't Gregson mention something like that yesterday? Yes, Inspector Gregson made a similar remark yesterday.
It's no concern of yours, though I'm sure I need not remind you of that. "3 minutes precisely until my next meeting. You must excuse me."
There's just one more thing, Lord Strongheart.
Which is?
It's Miss Lestrade's trial. I wonder if you might permit me to defend her.
A timely suggestion.
Sorry?
The girl currently has no representation.
But that's not fair. Yes, she may be a pickpocket, but she still deserves a fair trial.
Do not misunderstand me, young lady. The government provides for those too poor to afford representation with a public defender. The accused need only sign the relevant paperwork, and a defense barrister will be assigned to the case. However, the young girl in question has refused that right.
Why would she do that?
A question you would do well to direct at Miss Lestrade. You'll find her at the local prison.
Yes, thank you.
Now
Oh god, I don't like how his lips move.
Now then, it's time I was leaving. Good day to you.
What a day. Gina charged with murder? Susato about to leave? Come, Mr. Naruhodo, Iris, we must make haste.
But, Susie, you're leaving for Japan tomorrow morning, aren't you? Don't you have packing and things to do?
As Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant, my personal circumstances are of no consequence. My sole purpose remains to help you in whatever way I can. Thank you, Mrs. Susato. That's a very pensive look. I think we ought to visit Gina first. In any case, I should like to wish her well before I leave.
Yes, that sounds like a good idea. Let's go.
If I'm honest, this has completely thrown me off. I'll just have to do what I can, as a lawyer. Is it all the same? Oh no, we get new stuff.
I love clocks and their mechanisms, don't you? The way all the hundreds of pieces fit together and work as one to move the hands of a single timepiece.
Yes, I can imagine clocks are just your cup of tea.
When I was little, I used to dream of one day living inside a clock, you know?
Then you must be envious of the Lord Chief Justice, having his office in a place like this, I suppose.
No, not really.
Oh?
Well, I mean, that's a dream for when you're little. It'd be silly now.
Don't let Lord Strongheart hear you talking like that.
Ooh, I've always dreamt of sitting at a huge desk like that and looking important.
Why don't you try it then? Discreetly, of course.
Alright, I will. Tell me how I look.
Do we actually get to see her in the chair?
Well, Bruno, what do you think?
A little too discreet. I can't even see you. Oh. Let me guess, they didn't want to put her model there, so they just left it as is and made it a short joke. That's actually kind of funny. Those giant suits of armor are still facing each other, menacingly across the room.
I just can't understand why anyone would wear such things like that in battle. They must be so heavy.
I expect you to invent some special lightweight suit if it was down to you, wouldn't you, Iris?
I think if it was me, I'd invent a world where people didn't need to fight each other in the first place.
Iris, you're a champion.
Well, what do you think? That was a model answer, wasn't it?
She's 10, Ryosuke. 10. And she's leading you around by the nose. Books.
Oh my goodness, just look at all these books.
Yes, there are books about the judicial system of all the different Western nations.
Even for someone like me, it would take at least 10 days to read all of these.
Just 10 days?
Oh, I was only joking, Runo. I thought it would be fun to play up my genius.
It's scarily believable with you, that's the trouble. I wish there was a thing that, like, lets you know if you've checked everything. Wait, what? You can look side to side? Was that always an option? But why is it an option? There's nothing here. Oh, how much do you want to bet Sherlock Holmes is going to show up at one point and he's going to be, like, sitting behind this pillar? Or, like, leaning against this wall or something like that. Alright, Gina must be feeling very lonely, I imagine. You know what? Let's go to prison, and we'll have a little bit of a longer episode today. 16th April, local prison cell 13. Ah! Hello again, Gina. Ah, crap. You know, you're still super slow with that.
What are you lot there for?
To have the muzzle of that grenade launcher shoved in our faces yet again, obviously.
I think I need to improve the way you load ammunition to that thing, don't I?
Look! You can come as many times as you like, but I ain't got nothing more to say to you. Gina, I wonder if you might hear me out. There's something I'd like to say.
What?
I'm sorry to say that I must reluctantly bid you farewell.
Farewell?
Tomorrow, I must begin my journey back home, to Japan. I fear we may never meet again. Holy crap, listen to this music. I love this music. Oh, right. I've had the pleasure of meeting so many lovely people here in London. I've had so many wonderful memories. And yet, as things stand now, it will be a glum parting indeed. Poor Iris is so miserable.
Susie. Well, that ain't my business. Both Iris and Mr. Naruhodo believe you to be innocent, Gina. They've put their faith in you. But somehow, you can't find it in your heart to put your faith in them. Yeah, that's right, I can't. What of it? It grieves me greatly to have to say goodbye to my friends when they are so clearly unhappy. Because of you.
Damn.
What? It's my fault?
Yes. So I have one final request, Gina, before our paths never cross again. Right here and now. I want you to show both of them that you don't deserve the faith. That you don't deserve the faith they've invested in you.
Holy shit, Susato! God damn!
Eh?
Only by doing that will you truly be as alone as you claim to be.
This is some great reverse psychology.
What are you talking about? What do you expect me to do, eh?
You've told us that everyone lies. So prove it by admitting one of your own untruths.
What about what you said before, Jeannie? You said something about unforgivable lies.
You must tell Mr. Naruhodo and Iris the truth now. That is my last request before I leave. My last request as a judicial assistant.
No, I can't.
Whatever these lies are, they're obviously weighing very heavily on Gina's mind. Gina, I could be wrong, but is it something to do with what happened 2 months ago? Something about that trial?
Mr. McGilded is one of my favorite characters, but he's neither a core villain or like a witness, or he's such an enigma. But his purpose resonates throughout everything.
The one in which Magnus McGilded was acquitted.
Ah!
The case of that mysterious murder that took place inside the omnibus. You were called as a witness by the prosecution. Is that what this is about?
Yeah, you're right. Because in that trial, I lied. I lied like you wouldn't believe.
Will you tell us about it now? The trial 2 months ago.
Like you said, it all happened 2 months ago. The coppers got hold of me, shoved me in the witness stand.
And based on your testimony, Mr. McGilded was declared innocent.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I lied about a whole bunch of stuff.
I knew it. What sort of things did you lie about?
I was hiding under the seat that night. That was the truth. It was pitch black in that little cubbyhole. Couldn't see a thing. And then I heard that loud thud, like someone falling on the floor. And that's when Mr.
McGilded discovered you?
Yeah. He pulled me out from under the seat and sat me next to the dead man. There weren't much light to see by, but when I looked at my hands, I had the cove's blood all over them. I was so scared, I couldn't even speak.
You had blood on your hands. In other words, it was Gina that the witnesses on the roof deck saw through the skylight. Then Mr. McGilded started asking you questions, I suppose? Who you were, and why you were hiding under the seat.
Yeah, he did. Only that's not all.
What do you mean?
I mean, he threatened me.
Threatened you how?
He made me swear
about what I'd seen and what I'd heard, and about what I was going to do after the cove was found dead. He made me swear I wouldn't tell no one about any of it. If I did that, he said he'd let me scalp it before the cops showed up. Gina, you must tell me what he swore you to secrecy about. What you saw, what you heard, everything. Whoa! Do we have time for all of this? Let's keep going. You said Mr. McGill made you swear not to tell anybody about what you saw. But you were in the pitch black compartment under the seat the whole time, weren't you? Yes, with Mr. McGill sitting above your head, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that's true, but it was when I heard the thud of the cove in the floor. I let out a little scream, see? Couldn't help it. Mr. McGill heard that and dragged me up by my arm. That's when I saw it. It was on the floor next to the old geezer where I'd been stabbed. A disc, all bright and shiny. A disc? Do you mean... Yeah, that's it. The one what the D took off me at Windybanks. So the music disc was there, on the floor of the omnibus. Not for long, Mr. McGill had spotted it straight away. He picked it up smartish and stuffed it inside his pocket. So that disc was in the omnibus 2 months ago, at the scene of Mr. Mason's murder. And the bog trotter told me I weren't to mutter a word of it to no one. Oh, these are going by fast. What you heard. Because it was so dark under the seat in the cab, I was straining my ears the whole time. After a while, I heard the door and footsteps inside the cabin. Presumably that was Mr. McGill getting on board. Nah, not only them. Oh? Because I could definitely make out the footsteps of 2 people. In that case, it would seem likely that it was Mr. McGill and the victim. Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason. In his testimony during the trial, Mr. McGill claimed he slept through the carriage ride. But whenever I'm in a carriage, I'm taken with a fierce tiredness, and I always succumb to it. And your own testimony, Gina, supported his. All I could hear was the Irishman snoring. Yeah, that wasn't exactly true. Neither of them was asleep. I could hear them talking the whole time, in low voices. What? What were you talking about? Sorry, I don't know. Sound of the horses on the wheels was too loud. Ah, I'm losing the voice. But that still tells us something. Mr. McGill and the victim knew each other. So McGill was lying, as I suspected. After the event. I knew it wasn't going to take long before someone raised the alarm that the bloke had been killed. Yes, you were quite right. The other passengers on the roof deck noticed very quickly. So when the cab came to a stop, McGill told me to hide back under the seat again. I climbed in and we waited. The 2 coves from up top ran off to get the coppers. Yes, Mr. Fairplay and Mr. First. Right, and after they'd gone, McGill asked the driver to do him a favor. A favor? Beppo! Now then, fella, what I need you to do is take this coat of mine and deposit it with a nearby pawnbroker. And for your troubles, let's see now. Hey, I'll give you 10 guineas. Or guineas. Nearby pawnbroker? You mean on Baker Street? Yup, you got it.
It was Windybanks. The coachie snapped up the money and ran off to pop this coat as fast as he could. So then there was no one left in the carriage. McGilded opened the box under the seat and let me get out of there, but not without conditions. I see. Mr. McGilded's conditions. What were McGilded's conditions then? For letting you go free, I mean. Not telling a soul, not for anything, but what I saw and what I heard. And there's something else as well. There's more? Yeah. This is the most important thing, he said. I'm after sending the coachman on a little errand for me, with some small change in his hand. Now then, did you hear what I asked of him? Did you see anything at all? You asked him to go pop your weasel, right? Aye, the fiend's taking me overcoat to deposit with a pawnbroker hereabouts. And I want you, lass, to take the redemption ticket for it. Do you understand? What? You want me to have the ticket? That's right, and I'll come fetch it from you later, sometime within the next 2 months. You're to hang on to it till then, is that clear? Whatever you do, don't lose it. Alright then. And in case I might happen to be delayed at all, you're to go to the pawn shop, Windybanks so it is, and you're to extend the loan before the 2 months is up. If you forget, the article will be forfeited, and then the old fiend could come along and buy it. But I ain't got that kind of brass. Here's £5, that should be enough. Do we understand each other, lass? Don't try and think funny now, if you go against me. Yeah, I get it. Good, and one more thing. In a few days from now, you'll be visited by the police, I've no doubt. The coppers? Aye, they'll come asking you to take a stand in court, to testify as a witness. So let's just have a wee chat about that, shall we? What is it ye might say, and what is it that ye won't? Mr. McGilded was clever. I keep forgetting that Gina's only like 16. After they'd gone all over. I'm pretty sure she's supposed to have a, what's it called? Starts with a C. It's one of those British dialects, or accents, I mean. After they'd gone all over I piked up. Got as far from there as I could. I hid the pawnbroker's ticket in some bushes near the scene. I went to fetch it the next day once it got dark. So McGilded planned it, and coerced Gina into giving false testimony. I bet you're ready to string me up, eh? I lied, in that big old courtroom. I told some corkers. Thing is, he said he would make it so we couldn't live in the East End no more. That's what he threatened me with. What a wicked man. He knew everything what went on in the back slums. He knew we had no one to look after us, and we was all just looking out for each other, getting by together. So you mean Mr. McGilded would have... In an heartbeat, he would have had a lot of us chase it out of there if he'd wanted. And then where we would have gone? Eh? Nowhere, that's where. So, I didn't have no choice. Thank you, Gina, for telling us everything. But, I'm for it now, eh? Go on, admit it. You must be livid. Well, you can make amends by doing me a simple favor. A favor? What? Sign the representation papers for tomorrow's trial. Eh? If you don't actually want me to represent you in court, you can rip it up later. But we need that paperwork or we can't investigate. The police won't let us. Investigate what?
The scene of the incident last night. Mr. Sholmes was shot, you see.
You what? Hurley's having a big operation right now, Ginny. Is it bad? Is he gonna be alright? Sholmes is gonna be alright, right?
Oh man. That's why I want to investigate. For Mr. Sholmes' sake as much as anything. Right. So what you're saying is, if I sign that bit of paper, everyone's happy, is it? Something like that. Miss Susato?
Yes, of course. I have the representation papers here.
I don't need no one to stick up for me though. No lawyer or nothing.
Poor Ginny. She seems so lonely.
Ginny's representation papers. The paperwork signed by Gina to put me in charge of her defense. Showing this to Scotland Yard detectives gains us access to the crime scene. Well, at least this should mean we can investigate the scene at Windybanks now.
Yes, and perhaps we can come back to visit Ginny when we're done there.
I feel like we finally cracked Gina. She's opened up to us at last. And now, I have her representation papers. No one else knows just what a responsibility that is. Anyway, for now it means Inspector Gregson can't stop us investigating at Windybanks. Although, something tells me he's not going to be happy about it. So perfect. Oh man. Did I ever tell you guys how much I love the Ace Attorney series? Alright. So, in the next episode, we will go back and investigate the pawnbrokers. Oh, I made a lot of saves during this. We'll save here. Yeah. Investigation part 4. Okay. So, yeah. So, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you'll stick around. And as always, stay safe, have fun, and have a great day.